Palantir stock gained another 2% on Friday, meaning that the stock is now up more than 100% in the past 6 months. Many are asking, is it too late to buy Palantir now? In a market filled with hype and FOMO, you might be wondering if you've missed your chance. With so many analysts turning bearish on Palantir stock in recent weeks, and the earnings report only days away, so many people are wondering, is it time to buy or time to sell Palantir? So stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to do before it's too late. Before we get into it, if you find any value in this, can I ask you to smash the like button? It literally costs nothing, but it helps the channel out so much. I'm aiming to get 500 likes on this video. Help me hit that goal. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and hit the bell notification so you don't miss out on any new content like this. I want to point out that I'm not a financial advisor and this is not financial advice, so always do your own due diligence and try to answer the question later in this video. But for now, let's get straight into it and discuss, is Palantir overvalued at its current price? Or is there still a bargain to be had? Up 162%, is Palantir stock still a buy? Palantir operates at the crossroads between AI technology and government contracting, and over the past year, Palantir has surged on AI optimism. As it says here, in less than 11 months, the company's stock soared 162% based on AI optimism and rising geopolitical uncertainty, which could increase demand for its unique brand of military and intelligence-focused data analytics software. So first of all, Palantir is up way more than 162% and has been rising for far more than 11 months. Palantir stock hit its lowest point back at the end of 2022, closing at under 650, but since May 2023, the stock has been on a very consistent upward trend and has gained more than 500% in that time. But after rising so much, does Palantir's new valuation meet its fundamentals? First of all, Palantir's software as a service business focuses on machine learning and big data analytics to help organizations process large amounts of information to uncover insights and efficiencies. It combined these technologies with the large language models behind platforms like ChatGPT to help its clients make real-time decisions. Now, Palantir is not the only company doing this, but it is unique because of its focus on government, military, law enforcement clients, which might use its technologies in ways that are too politically sensitive for typical companies. Palantir is known for helping the US government track down Osama bin Laden more than a decade ago, and the company is also working on the US Army's Maven targeting system. Now, this article makes it look like Palantir is solely focused on government contracts, and its capabilities all have to do with military applications, but that is simply not the case. In one of my recent Palantir videos, I talked a little bit about how Palantir has a contract with the National Health Service in the UK, the NHS, where Palantir software is being applied in hospital settings to increase efficiency and save lives. Palantir also has several commercial contracts, such as recent deals with Oracle or several US hospitals, banks, and even pharmaceutical companies. And the commercial side of its business is rapidly expanding. So it's not just government-based contracts and it's not just military applications. But Palantir has significant opportunity to expand its contracting business as the geopolitical situation becomes more tense. The company already has contracts with the armed forces of Ukraine and Israel. Now, there are several stocks that have increased massively over the past year due to geopolitical tensions throughout the world. In recent months, several defense contractors have soared. Companies like Lockheed Martin is up over 30%. RTX Corp is up over 20%. And Northrop is up over 20% in the past 3 months alone as tensions have been rising. Now the question is, do you see any of these stocks plummeting in the coming weeks or months? Do you see world tensions easing off? Drop a comment below and let me know what you think. Unfortunately, I don't see any of that happening anytime soon. And until that happens, stocks like Lockheed, like RTX, and like Palantir will continue to go upwards. Now, when we look at the charts, we can see that Palantir has been on this current upward trend for months, and I don't see this changing anytime soon. This chart looks bullish from every point of view. Now, back here in May, which I have circled in white, is where I started talking about Palantir this year. I hadn't discussed the stock since early 2023, but it was at this point that it became clear to me that Palantir was going to run hard. At the time, Palantir was just $21, so it has more than doubled in that time. But I do not think that this run is over. At the moment, you see a lot of people talking about how the valuation no longer justifies the stock price. There are so many articles asking, is the stock now too expensive? Even over on Seeking Alpha, the sentiment seems to have gone very bearish over the past few weeks. Where previously this was all bullish articles, now there seems to be a lot of bearish talk. But I do not agree, and I think that the next earnings report will prove to be make or break for Palantir's current trend. Should they smash analyst expectations, then the stock keeps flying. But if they fail to meet expectations, then it really could plummet. And Palantir earnings is coming up in less than 2 weeks. Now, the last time I did an earnings preview video on Palantir, I was spot on with my predictions for all the growth figures as well as the revenue and EPS prediction. If you would like an earnings preview over the next few days, then drop a comment below and let me know. If I get 600 likes on this video in the coming days, I will make the earnings preview once that happens. But for now, Palantir's business momentum seems strong. Most of Palantir's 2024 rally can be credited to growing geopolitical uncertainty and hype surrounding AI-related companies in general. That said, it also enjoys strong operational momentum. Second quarter revenue jumped 27% year over year to $678 million, driven by demand for its data analytics software platform. Now, like I said earlier, most of Palantir's most recent growth isn't coming from government clients. Commercial revenue is now driving growth, with commercial revenue up 55% year over year. And that said, this is a very good point. The company's increasing reliance on private sector growth will force it to compete with well-capitalized rivals. These include the world's biggest software as a service company, Microsoft, which enjoys more name recognition and a likely more advanced AI business because of its part ownership of industry leader OpenAI, the maker of ChatGPT. And I will make a very good point about this in just a moment. But guys, how would you rate Palantir versus Microsoft if these companies were going head to head? Like this article that I read over the weekend on Fortune, saying how OpenAI has poached one of Palantir's leading people to be its newest chief information security officer after a decade at Palantir. Now, obviously, Microsoft is one of the biggest companies in the world, but which of these do you think has more upside potential with both stocks currently at or near their all-time highs? Now, this article finishes up saying that Palantir's valuation is hard to justify, and this is a point that is shared across almost every article that I read about Palantir. All across Seeking Alpha too, all these analysts are taking the same viewpoint. Despite giving Palantir ratings of A and A+ for growth, profitability, momentum, the stock is being rated F on valuation. In fact, it seems to be like an echo chamber. The same thing is being regurgitated over and over. So let's be very clear and simple about this. When Palantir rose from $7 to $20, the exact same things were being said. When it hit $30, more and more of these analysts started saying this, and since it's hit $40, it's increased even more. But let's not forget that they're all pointing to the exact same thing. They are all pointing towards the forward PE ratio being so high and being so far above the S&P 500 average. But then we have this article that was written only yesterday that rates Palantir as one of the 2 millionaire maker artificial intelligence stocks. And this makes some very good points. Companies like Nvidia have been in the limelight with their powerful chips capable of training AI models. But those models eventually need to be deployed for real-world applications, and this is where Palantir comes into play, by helping customers do that with its artificial intelligence platform. And it's worth noting that the second stock on this list is Oracle, a major company who have partnered with Palantir. But guys, what do you think? Is Palantir overvalued at the current price, or do you think that this can keep going? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. There's a lot of talk on social media right now about Palantir, but always do your own due diligence. Remember that I'm not a financial advisor, but if you enjoyed this analysis, then please like and subscribe. I hope you make a load of money on this stock. Follow me on Twitter, and I'll catch you in the next